Hey, shalom to the hopeful elect. First and foremost, I'd like to give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders at Great Millstone who teach the truth and rule well. This is Brother Yatabia Wa'ala coming back from the GMS SF Bay Area camp. And I got a quick lesson today. All right, Lord's will is edifying. But I was watching the elder, Damashapat, all right, and he was with an elder from Dallas. And they were going into, continuing in this work because ultimately in the times to come, the Lord is going to bless us and let us bank in or cash in on the works that, we've been storing up. All right. Now, the ultimate reward, okay, is salvation. All right. Being able to enter into the kingdom and in Lord's will as part of the first fruits, or which is the elect. Okay, now we understand it's all through predestination, all right, but some of the characteristics of the elect is what is faith and works. Okay, they're gonna have works to go along with their faith. They're gonna be pushing out this truth, and they're gonna be fighting and enduring. All right, and again, Lord's will, we be of that number. Our works are not gonna be in vain. Okay, because again, that ultimate bank or cash in, if you will, is going to be salvation. All right. Now, let me start with this. This is Galatians 6 and verse 7. And it says, "Be not deceived. The Most High is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap." So it's very important, to understand what you sow is what you shall reap. Okay. And what does that mean? It means what you're into. All right. What you're pushing. What are you working towards? All right. Are you working towards a life here? Are you working towards carnal desires? Or are you working towards things in the spirit? All right. Are you working towards furthering the ministry? Are you working towards, edifying the elect? Are you working towards the kingdom? All right. Verse 8, it says, "For he that soweth to his flesh shall the flesh reap corruption." All right. If you keep sowing to the flesh, if you're into the flesh, if you're into the lust of this world, all right, the things of this world, what's ultimately going to reap corruption. All right, Micah 2:10 tells us that this place is sorely polluted, and if you keep on that path, all right, and you don't cut it out, well, what's going to happen? You're going to be destroyed right along with this place, all right, because this place is ultimately corrupted. But he that soweth to the Spirit shall the Spirit reap life everlasting, and this is the point, all right. We want to sow in the Spirit, okay. We want to sow again things that are profitable. Okay, what is that? That's going to camp. All right, pushing these lessons, being brotherly. All right, whatever gift the Lord has given you to further the ministry, you tap into that gift and you all right, you give. All right, whatever is your lot to do to further the ministry, you're tapping into it. All right, and if you do so, what does it say? The Lord is gonna let us cash in to reap life everlasting, which is ultimately salvation. All right, entering into the kingdom. Okay, and one of the biggest gifts is charity, which is brotherly love. A part of that brotherly love is pushing out lessons. All right, pushing out things to edify the body. All right, it says, "But he that soweth to the Spirit shall the Spirit reap life everlasting. And let us not be weary in well doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not." And this is the point. All right, let us not be weary. The scriptures say when we shall see the signs, all right, the end time signs, to lift up our head, for our redemption draweth nigh. Now, of course, Satan is going hard. He's doing his job. He's trying to knock us off our mark. Okay, but if we faint not, if we don't get tired, all right, if we don't, we're not exhausted to the point where we don't continue to work. Well, then what? The scriptures say we shall reap. Okay, and again, what is that ultimate reaping? It's salvation. All right, that's what we're trying to, obtain. All right, because we know that the elect have obtained it, but we don't know who the elect is. All right, but see, we're reading characteristics of the elect. Okay, and what some of those characteristics are working and continuing in that work. All right, it says. Verse 10, it says, as we have therefore opportunity, let us do good unto all men, especially unto them that are of the household of faith. All right, and that's the point. That's part of the works. All right, that's part of sowing in the spirit, is pushing this truth. All right, in any capacity that the Lord has given us. Okay. Now let me jump over here. This is Hebrews 6 and straight to the point, verse 10. Actually, let me start at verse 9. It says, "But beloved, we are persuaded better things of you, and things that accompany salvation, though we thus speak. For the Most High is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which you have showed toward his name, in that you have ministered to the saints and do minister." All right, and that's the point. The Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, is not unrighteous to forget our work and our labor of love. And this is exactly what it is. It's a labor of love, because when you push a lesson, for example, all right, what are you doing? You're pushing the truth. You're pushing the word. All right, you're pushing prophecy. You're pushing the things to edify the elect. Okay, and edify means to build. What are you building? And it's not us. Hey, we're just simply messengers of the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, of the doctrine. But what it ultimately is being built up is the faith. Okay, the faith of the elect. Now, in doing so, because again, the scriptures say faith cometh by hearing. And in doing so, this is us storing up these spiritual riches, or these spiritual treasures. So again, like the elders were going into, when shit starts to hit the fan, and Jacob's trouble and persecution, well, a Lord's will would be of that number. We can tap into some of these treasures and be good. All right, have enough, or have, like the scripture say, my servant shall eat. The Lord providing for us. All right, and then the ultimate treasure is salvation, being able to be part of the first fruits to enter into the kingdom. All right, but what does it say? It says, "Which you have showed toward his name, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, in that you have ministered to the saints and do minister." So you continue to minister. You endure. All right, it says, the scripture say, "He that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved." Because it's a constant work. It's a constant labor. All right, but the Lord is greatly going to reward those who endure. It says, "And we desire that every one of you do show the same diligence to the full assurance of hope unto the end." All right, and that's a part of it. As the scriptures say, be diligent to make our calling and election sure. All right, we have to be, consistent. All right, consistent in again, fighting that spiritual demon Satan, to where he tries to knock you off the mark. Tries to get you to be lazy, tries to get you to, not edify or work towards the ministry. All right. It says, verse 12, it says that ye be not slothful, but followers of them who through faith and patience inherit the promises. All right. And that's a big thing, not to be slothful. All right. Because, you get into that slothful spirit, which is it's a demon. All right, you have to, when that demon comes, you have to be able to make adjustments. All right, you have to be able to pray and fast. Use the spiritual arsenal. Get counsel, get on a routine. All right, and able to, and being able to fight that. But hey, once you fight that, you're able to what to continue pushing the truth. All right. But again, it says that ye be not slothful, because again, that's just a demon. All right, and we don't want to be in that slothful spirit, but followers of them that through faith and patience inherit the promises. All right, let me jump over here. This is Luke 19 and verse 11, and it says, "Parable of money usage." It says, "And as they heard these things, he added and spake a parable, because he was nigh to Jerusalem, and because they thought that the kingdom of the Most High should immediately appear. He said, therefore, a certain nobleman went into a far country to receive for himself a kingdom and to return. And he called his 10 servants and delivered them 10 pounds and said unto them, Occupy till I come." All right, now we have been given this truth. All right, this is the parable of the talents. All right, we are those servants. All right, we've been given these pounds. We've been given these talents. Now, what are we supposed to do? We're supposed to work. We're supposed to flip those talents. And we're supposed to keep doing it until the Lord comes. But his citizens hated him and sent a message after him, saying, "We will not have this man to reign over us." And it came to pass that when he was returned, having received the kingdom, when he commanded these servants to be called unto him, to whom he had given the money, that he might know how much every man had gained by trading, Then came the first, saying, Lord, thy pound hath gained 10 pounds. And he said unto him, Well, thou good servant, because thou hast been faithful in very little, have thou authority over 10 cities. And the second came, saying, Lord, thy pound hath gained 5 pounds. And he said likewise to him, Be thou also over 5 cities. And another came, saying, Lord, behold, here is thy pound, which I have kept laid in a napkin. For I feared thee, because thou art an austere man. Thou takest up that thou layest not down, and reapest that thou didst not sow. All right, and what is going on here? You had the servants, that flipped the talents, so they were faithful of what they were given, and they increased. All right, but then you had one who kept it in a napkin. He knew what he had to do. He didn't flip it. He was lazy. All right, he had this knowledge. He had this wisdom, and what did he do? He didn't push it. All right, he didn't tap into his gift. It says, For I feared thee, because thou art still austere man, for thou takest up that thou layest not down, and reapest that thou didst not sow. And he said unto him, Out of thine own mouth will I judge thee, thou wicked servant. Thou knewest that I was an austere man, taking up that I laid not down, and reaping that I did not sow. Therefore then gavest not thou my money into the bank, that at my coming I might have required mine own with usury. And he said unto him that stood by, Take from him the pound, and give it to him that hath 10 pounds. And they said unto him, Lord, he hath 10 pounds. For I say unto you that every one which has shall be given, and from him that hath not, even that he hath shall be taken away from him. All right, and that's the point. So those who have been given this talent, you're supposed to flip it. You're supposed to work. And then what? The Lord's going to reward you. All right? The servants got cities. Okay? But those who didn't work, all right, those who maybe fell out, all right, or they got slothful, or they didn't push this truth, or what happened? They got taken away. All right, they got taken away what they had. All right. So again, the Lord is not unrighteous to forget our work and labor of love. All right, but we have to continue that work. The scripture said, Be not weary in well doing. All right. And again, if we continue and we flip it, all right, the Lord is going to greatly reward us. All right, Lord's will we be of that number. This is Matthew 24:42, and the subheading says, Be ready for his coming. It says, Watch ye therefore, for you know not what hour your Lord doth come. But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would have not suffered his house to be broken up. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as you think not, the Son of Man cometh. Who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord hath made ruler over his household, to give them meat in due season? Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. All right, and what is that? Doing what? Working. All right. Blessed is that servant who continues to do that work. Verily I say unto you, that he shall make him ruler over all his goods. And if that evil servant shall say in his heart, My Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to smite his fellow servants, and to eat and drink with the drunken. All right, you start sowing to the flesh. All right, you stop being profitable. You start being unprofitable. All right, you're hiding the talents. Okay, it says what? The Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour that he is not aware of, and shall cut him asunder, and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. All right, so ultimately, that you're going to be destroyed. Okay, so again, it's deadly important to continue this work and this labor of love, but also, we have the hope, all right, and the faith that if we continue in this work, the Lord will reward us. All right, and this is the last scripture. This is 2 Ezra 9, and straight to the point. It says, verse 7. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed. All right. So again, this is a characteristic of the elect, which, goes along with their faith, is the works. All right. And what are those works? Contributing to the ministry. All right. The spiritual aspects of brotherly love. All right. Charity. Okay, being diligent, pushing this truth. All right, those are a big part of the works. And again, it said what? Everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby you have believed, because that's the ultimate reward. All right, the ultimate reward is salvation. Okay. Now, Lord's will, this is edifying. Once again, I want to give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders at Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect and Abba Baba.